Hi, my name is Roosevelt Mosby. I am the Executive Director for 14 Plus, Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Questioning Training and Development Center. I'm also a Reverend as well, but I'm here to talk about young black gay men who have been left out in this community. I want to just ask the question to begin this conversation. Does all black lives matter? Or does all black lives matter? For almost 20 years, young black gay men have been left at risk for HIV and AIDS. And nothing more than $7 million from CDC, one spends grants from HRSA, some dodo money from SAMHSA. No other federal government have really looked at this population for wraparound services. Let me just tell you something. HIV is not the only thing that is these young people are dealing with. Let me tell you, they're dealing with mental health issues. They're dealing with housing issues. They don't have jobs. And a critical point, they have a limitation in the educational system in this country. Now, I want to speak to my president. I love Barack Obama and Lady Michelle Obama. But it's time for you to take a retrospective look at how we have handled this population. President Obama, you have been missing in action as it relates to this population. We are the greatest free country in the world, but we have a population of young black gay men that you have overlooked, that you've not been responsive to, that you have not been the president of. And let me just tell you, I want a poor black gay man am going to hold you accountable. I voted for you both times. And I think that I can charge you with you doing something about this population of young people. If it was any other population of young people, somebody would have whispered in your ear, where's your people from across the country that you brought into the office that would tell you that you, as the president of the greatest free world, have to do something about black young men who are gay, identified, to stop the spread of HIV, homelessness, mental health issues, substance abuse issues. Where are you, President? I need to hear from you. I also need to hear from the black community that's howling and screaming, Black Lives Matter. Well, it's evident that all black lives don't matter, because we know that this population of young black gay men have been at risk for more than 20 years. Let me just tell you, they might test at 21 and 24, but they're getting infected at 15 and 16 and 17. That we cannot even figure out how to work with the population. We have so many laws that limit us, the federal government, from working with the population to really bring this epidemic in line. So what I want to say to you today, President Obama, I'm calling you out today. I'm saying that you must go on television and say that all black lives matter, and that young black gay men lives matter too. And don't put the two on, Be exclusive about this population. And so, Black community, I want to say to you today, 14 Plus is doing a national fundraiser so that we can go to 15 different cities. Because what the federal government likes to do is to talk to talking heads. I'm not interested in talking heads. What I want to meet with young people on the ground. I want to meet with young Black gay men to tell me what it's going to take for us to not only reduce this epidemic in their community, but to stop it in their communities. I want to go to 15 different cities. I want you to declare that you will donate for that to occur. Because the federal government don't care about these young kids like that much. Let me just tell you just what happened in Oakland. One of the federal government members got mad at me. And her name is Janet Cleveland. And she sent one of her people into this city to defund me. And fund an organization that didn't even have the capacity to work with young Black gay men. They didn't even have the capacity to work with young Latino men. But they got $300,000, $250,000 over 5 years to do almost nothing. A young Black men who are gay identified was left at risk with little or no services. Let me just tell you, there's a lot of people in Alameda County that have money for this population, but they're not able to hit the population like Smack You Center did. So what I'm encouraged that happened today, I need to raise money to go across this country and to talk to young Black gay men who are between the ages of 14 and 35. That's the first thing I need to do. The second thing, Mr. President, I want you to declare and start a trend in this country. The President's initiative for young Black gay men until we can reduce these numbers or limit HIV in this community. Mr. President, I love you. You're one of the greatest men that I know. I honor that Malcolm, Reverend Martin Luther King, Reverend Al Sharpes, and Reverend Jesse Jackson paved the way for you. Now, will you please pave the way for young Black gay men to live? Let me just tell you this, and this is my final note. If we can put a Black man in jail for dog fighting, who can we put in jail for letting these numbers get out like they are? Who can we put in jail for this? So dogs are more important than young Black gay men? Mr. President, that cannot be. I'm asking everyone to go to 14 Plus website. There's a PayPal on that website. Begin to donate $14 to 14 Plus. Or you just don't want your credit card associated with us. And I'm talking about you down low brothers too. I'm talking about you upright brothers. I'm talking about straight brothers. I'm talking about all of you all. Donate to 14 Plus. I'm asking the second thing for you to do for me. Circulate this video. Let us reach 1 million people on this video. The last and final thing I'm going to ask you to do for me, if you don't want to use our PayPal, 14 Plus, 2635 San Pablo Avenue, Oakland, California, 94612. Let me say that once again.